Welcome everyone. Adam the Woo here. As of the recording of this, it is November 13th, 2020, also known as Friday the 13th, and I tie that in because, well, Toy Story parking right back here is still closed, as well as both the properties at the Disneyland Resort, DCA, Disney California Adventure, and Disneyland proper. However, I am noticing that they have removed the light up LCD stand that was here stating so. I bring up this date because back in March, Friday the 13th, was 8 months ago, to the day, well, not to the day, but to the month, pinpointing this exact moment. Here in Anaheim, the Disney properties have been closed 8 full months. And it's been 2 months since I've walked the entire perimeter, shared my thoughts, just what's rattling around inside my brain about the situation. So I'm going to do that today. I'm inviting you to join me. Shall you? I have been to many a convention here on property over time. VidCon, Star Wars Celebration, WonderCon, but to keep up with the subject matter, I want to talk a bit about D23, which happened in August of 19. It was busy. Very, very busy. As you can see now is the complete opposite. And this year would have been the next. They hold that event every 2 years. So 2021 has been pushed back to 2022. So it'll be 3 years in between both of those fantastic events. And it is a very unusual feeling to walk around this premises veritably empty. I believe I misspoke. It would not have been this year of 2020. Next year, 2021, would have been the next D23. But that was pushed back to 2022. Hope that makes a little more sense. If it is meant to be and life is going well for me, I will be here with bells on, I assure you. In fact, maybe, possibly, myself and thousands of others will recreate how it was last year when we were down in the basement in this very room, camped out, waiting for the parks panel, right down in there for about 10 to 12 hours, attempting to relax on the concrete floor. Some good memories. I'm the kind of person that really likes to be by myself a lot of times. I like to go out into the middle of nowhere, enjoy solitude. But then there is the flip side where I enjoy the hype of events and crowds, congregations of folks. This has been a very unusual time for me. I know in the grand scheme of things, it really is not important. What is important is everything getting back on track, figuring all this out, moving forward. And I am really looking forward to the day when I will have no elbow room through here. I want to be engulfed with other people around. She can't be the only one that has that sentiment. Like I said, I have kind of two sides. I like solitude side, and I like being in the thick of it side. So being stated, once everything is back to its semi-usual self, I'll be ready. I'm ready now, to be honest. Going this direction, jumps out onto Katella. Right over there is DCA, just past those palm trees. So I'm gonna loop around this way, walk around the entire property, and then go back down harbor and head down this way, and then back. Do a full walking tour. Get my steps in. Good news is the coffee, bean, and tea location here is open, which was not for quite some time, as well as the rental car spot over there. And the Alpine Inn next door still is not open. But from this view, you get a pretty good angle here behind Cars Land. I always wonder what that is. It's like a big water tank over there. See if they're protruding upward? Big water tank. I would like to do another hotel series at some point. stay at some of these. That guy's in a hurry. They never use this entrance anymore, but the signage is still there. Really moving along quickly with this hotel across the way. The Westin is what it's going to be. Yeah, it looks like it's almost done. And it is just across the road. You can see, it used to be called California Screamin', now it is the Incredicoaster back in there. So I'm thinking if you had a room on the top floor, you'd be able to see into the park itself. Won't know till it happens, but I think you might be able to. For a moment, I swore I heard the ride vehicles there on that coaster, but it wasn't. There were some cast members pulling into the parking lot there. It is a real beehive of activity back in there because Thursday the 19th, less than a week, part of DCA will be opening its doors once again. No rides and attractions will be quite operational, and you can only wander through Buena Vista Street for now. But being able to be back inside the parks, well, one of the parks, half of the park, DCA, if that's a park, it's pretty dang exciting. It's gonna be busy. There's gonna be quite a few people showing up to that, I assure you. And who knows, maybe it's just a test to eventually kinda sorta open Walt's original Magic Kingdom for a food festival or for restaurants, dining, shopping, just like what's happening on Thursday the 19th. Tough to say. It has worked out really well for Downtown Disney, which they're about to open the parking area over there in a few minutes. I'm also, side note, I'm standing in a very large hidden Mickey ear lobe right now. Right there would be the center of it, and the other ear on the other side of the road. It was just announced that DVC members would be able to start getting rooms here at the Grand Cal starting in a couple weeks. That's pretty exciting. No regular guests at the moment, but it's a step forward. I believe the 6th. December 6th? I think. There goes no monorail for now. Should be approaching the X marks the spot. Oh yeah, there it is. X marks the spot. It was just a couple months ago that right in here, the rumor mill began to be very strong about what was happening down the tram route. The biggest clue being that trash cans and benches were placed here that, you know, signifying the trams would not be running from the parking structure. Guests would have to walk along. And I kind of bought into it too, thinking that, yeah, there was an opening date would be happening. 60 days later, still hasn't been, other than the partial opening of DCA for shopping and food. Just a portion. A lot of painting taking place. And speaking of the structure, right now, even for guests for Downtown Disney, cannot park over here, only at the Simba lot, which they're going to start charging $10. No more free parking starting in about a week. Looks as if someone is utilizing the bridge on a bicycle. First time I've seen anyone up on the pedestrian bridge in a long time. Seems like only yesterday, but also seems like decades ago when the excitement of this being placed, or even the new structure in general, reared its head. Over in this area, specifically for cast member parking, might be a bit of a sun glare, but it states it right there. Cast parking only, not a guest parking lot. Rerouting everyone over to Simba. I think something might be happening over at the Disneyland Hotel as well. I'll walk over there and say, oh yeah, wow. Have this partition placed here next to the iconic sign. It says road closed. They were cones. As well as a washboard here that says this area temporarily closed. Oh yeah, down there. Some activity. Some activity taking place. Walking up to another X marks the spot moment. Right here. Gotta wait for it. A few steps away. And if you find this, oh, there's someone going down the tram route. It's a truck going down the it's not a tram, it's a truck. Where, oh, and a cart. More trash cans, more benches. No one really knows what the future holds. Just gotta wait and see. But if the partial opening of DCA goes well, maybe that'll expand into more of Disney California Adventure. And then who knows? Maybe we'll be parking over here. These are all big maybes. These are nothing official. Just thinking out loud. This could be a symbolic little symbolism here. This spider web, cobwebs, the tram walkway being attacked by cobs. Leftover from the Halloween season, even though Thanksgiving is right around the corner and the Christmas season. Look at it glistening there in the sun. I have been to Florida twice, Walt Disney World 2 times. July, the reopening of all the properties out there after they have their closure for 3 months. And then again, about a month or so ago for the Halloween season, I was able, for the first time in years, because it's always an overlay here, and now this year it's closed, Haunted Mansion was its original style. It was not Jack Skellington, so I was able to do that and also ride the Hollywood Tower, which is kind of a good Halloween theme. I will be going back in December, meaning as it is appearing, I will be in Florida, going to the theme parks there, the Disney theme parks, making it 3 times that I have been there if this is not reopened before I leave. I'm gonna spend most of December, spoiler alert, most of December in Florida. That's the plan if everything goes according to that. 3 times I will be going there before the Anaheim parks open, which blows my mind. Don't know the reasoning behind that. I find it very peculiar, but I just have to embrace it and make the best how things go. And for those who have a coast-to-coast passport like I do, a little update, mine was going to expire back on April 30th. I just thought that was the case. But what happened, it kept getting pushed forward because Disneyland is closed. Oh, there's a big bug just flew by. Because Disneyland is closed, they keep pushing it every month. They extend it 30 days. When I was in Florida this last time, in October, the 25th of that month, it was going to be erased from existence. But it got pushed forward to November 25th, and now it is good through the end of the year. I just checked. I am good, and I've got reservations for December. So, because of the closures here, I guess it's just going to keep rolling forward. which isn't a bad thing. I'm not complaining. Now, I'll be the first to admit, maybe, possibly, well, I do go to the parks a little too much, but I enjoy it. I am going to fully embrace it, and because I've already paid for the pass and I am granted these days, and because how wacky 2020 has been for all of us mentally, I'm not going to deny myself. So I'm just, the rest of the year, it's happening. Be prepared. It's happening. I always like to point out the Pope House, as it's referred to, here off the corner of Ball Road. The oldest existing home on property. It's been moved, but it was here in the early 50s before opening day. It still remains. Kind of shifted it over to the backside, not the backside of water, but the backside of the premises for all to see. It's located right off of the overpass, the freeway. Now, since my last excursion walking along here, I have learned something. Could be true, could not be true. But right here at the Cass building, notice the angle of these pieces going up to the side, almost like a ramp of sorts next to the chain link fence. I have heard in recent times a little nugget of info. This was based to look like the front of a train, almost like a cattle guard for the front of a train. Possibly. It does kind of look like the front of a train. I can see it. Nice little view of the Matterhorn there. The icy slopes of the Matterhorn. And speaking of a locomotive, Mickey and Minnie Runaway Railway right there. The progress is moving along briskly. They have got all the steel beams up. Yeah, that is happening, to say the least. Exciting, especially after riding it a couple dozen times, Hollywood Studios. I am ready for it to be here in Anaheim. Very ready. Let's get the parks open first, but then we have other things to look forward to. Almost seems appropriate that it's being built very near the building there. That looks like a train, right? I think it is. A little peek at Small World. And a city bus going by. Here's another perspective. Wow, that is a very expansive building, Mickey and Minnie's. Looking at the monorail beam here at the corner of Harbor and Manchester Ave, a few more things have started to open, including Mimi's Cafe, which is open for business, and a couple more hotels along the little strip here. Not all of them, but a couple more in recent weeks have reopened. McDonald's not being one of them. In fact, they have removed the banner that was here for quite some time, stating that they would be back soon. I'm incorrect. They have moved the banner over here. It says reopening. This location is reopening. I think the wind has kind of blown the part of the banner down. Camelot, all stanchioned off. They are not open for business. However, Tropicana, which is right up here, has reopened. And it sits adjacent to property that Disney bought, where originally we're going to build a parking structure down this way, tore down the old motel accommodations that used to be right here. But all that, you know, kind of went out the window. New game plan that you can see right down in here is a lot of parking. And I believe the parking structure was going to be down there close to the freeway. Tropicana is open. I would like to stay here at some point. as stated, I would like to bring back the hotel series when a number of other accommodations have reopened. It's hard to say what I'm going to do. Everything in my mind is kind of up in the air for the rest of the year, to be honest. Many times I sat right here at different tables, chairs that were all placed with the harbor entrance right over there. And next to Alphamart and Pizzatarian and Bobatopia, which are all closed. Used to be Jim Boy's Tacos, which is one of my favorite little local hangouts. The tables used to all be right here. Such an odd time, isn't it? I have never been the type of person to sit around and wait for things to happen. There are exceptions. You know, sometimes a short wait. But when it's a lengthy wait, I usually just kind of take matters into my own hands and come up with a different game plan. And this has been the year for that. In a way, I kind of wonder what Walt would think about all this. You know, granted, we'll never know. No way of knowing. But would he have realized that his original Magic Kingdom would have been closed for 8 months, possibly even a year? I'm not counting on it anytime soon. What to do? What will I do? In all honesty, I have no idea if I will stick around, wait for some of the state's table scraps, if you will, of what we could do, or will I go to other areas for the rest of the year that are a little more open? As stated, I know in the grand scheme of things, theme parks, populated areas, you know, definitely all those can be adjusted, has been proven in other areas. So I'm just kind of on the fence with what I want to do. If I knew, I would share it with everyone, including myself, but the fact is, I could be around here for a couple more weeks. I could just uproot temporarily until early into next year. Who knows? I certainly do not. That's going to do it for today. I'm going to end this video by walking into the Esplanade, showing down into DCA what they have already done in preparations for the opening on the 19th, Thursday the 19th, to walk into Buena Vista Street, which I might attend. There is a good percentage, as well as I will peek into Disneyland, into that area, just show what's going on in the Esplanade. If you enjoyed this particular episode, give it a big thumbs up. It lets me know you care. And if you're new here, please subscribe. By doing so, helps keep you in the loop and up to date on future uploads here on this channel. Take it a step further. Ring that notification bell. See you in the next video. The vlog is over. There goes no monorail for now, at least on the West Coast. But also, look over there. Space Mountain.